Radiation measurement. We use a Geiger counter to measure alpha and beta radiation, that is, ionizing radiation. The way a Geiger counter works is it has a tube here that's full of gas, and when the radiation hits the molecule, the atoms inside, it causes them to ionize, that is, to become charged. The charges are drawn to these negative anode and cathode and are then measured by this box. And you hear a tick, 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 tick for each disintegration or for each particle that's ionized. Radiation is measured in a lot of different units. The number of disintegrations is measured in a Curie, and scientists use that one a lot. Hospitals are more likely to use RADS or REMS, which is a radiation absorbed dose or a radiation equivalent dose. REM is much more common in medical settings, I guess. The symptoms of radiation sickness include diarrhea, hair loss, and infection. Now, there's some famous people who have died from radiation. We'll start with Maria Curie in 1937. She's the one that discovered radium, two-time Nobel winner. She used to like to carry it in her pocket and look at it because radium would glow in the dark. And so it eventually did kill her. These next two gentlemen worked on the Manhattan Project during the war years, during 1945. They both received at different times lethal doses of radiation. In 1961, there was a Russian submarine. It's not a great picture, but the K-19. There's been several movies made. The Widowmaker is one of them. On its initial voyage, it suffered a complete loss of coolant to its reactor. The backup system that was supposed to be there hadn't been installed yet. And so the engineering crew, to avoid a nuclear meltdown, sacrificed their own lives. They jury-rigged a secondary coolant system, and they were successful in keeping it from melting down, but 22 crew members died. Beside that, we have another Russian accident. This is Chernobyl. This was a complete meltdown. You could see the reactor is missing and there's a big hole in the ground. This site is still radioactive, and the area around it is also radioactive and has been closed off to all people. Alexander, and I'm going to butcher his name, but Litvinenko, he was a former KGB officer who defected. In 2006, he suddenly fell ill and was hospitalized. He died 3 weeks later and became the first confirmed victim of lethal polonium-210 poisoning.